Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked, where I climb the online VGC 18 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. You guys should know the deal already. Same kind of stuff. Like I mentioned, I think I'm gonna use this team, so there should be 2 more episodes after this with the rain team. My goal was to hit the 1600s, and then I tried to record a little bit, and I ran into a bunch of Wi-Fi issues, but things looked good in the last one, and I'm recording this right after the last one, so I think it should be okay. So yeah, I'm going to be away over the weekend, but I'm trying to record as much, and as you guys can tell, I am trying to really get back into the swing of daily videos, and hopefully you guys have been enjoying them. I really appreciate all you guys that come out and watch, and even though, you know, occasionally I'm not here or there, it's really nice to have people tune into it. So thank you guys, as always, for watching it. I really appreciate it, and once I've been trying to get back on track with daily videos, and now I've got some other stuff I want to release for next week. But let's talk about this game. Landorus-T, Bulu, T-Tar, Zapdos, and Scizor. So that's a really interesting team comp in general. Leading Ludi still seems really good here. I'm thinking Ludi Metagross, because I could fake out and pressure Bulu and T-Tar, with Polly definitely in the back. I'm not the biggest fan of Zapdos, although it does have Heat Wave for Scizor. And it wall Scizor pretty hard. But I think Landorus is still probably a better option overall. Specifically to intimidate my opponent's Landorus. Yeah, I like that. But this is definitely one of the matches where, you know, like, I've kind of talked about this a lot in my videos before, but in VGC, like, sometimes you'll go into Team Preview and you'll be like, okay, one of these Pokemon, like, I'm definitely never going to bring into this matchup because it just provides me absolutely nothing. This is one of the matches where I would think, you know, in a best of 3, I could foreseeably see me bringing like 4 different Pokemon every time because all my Pokemon are quite good in this matchup. So I'm going with the options that I feel like are typically the safest, which is obviously what you want to do in best of 1. But yeah, this is definitely one where like keeping Lele and Zapdos on the bench, like you could definitely, you know, completely change it up and like say even lead Lele Zapdos against my opponent's team comp. That would make some sense. But we see Scizor Zapdos. Okay, it's not the best, I guess. For me, actually. That's pretty good for my opponent, actually, I would say. Yeah, it's quite scary. And this is actually where if I led Lele Zapdos, I'd actually be in a pretty good spot, so that's really funny. I could just Hydro Vortex Scizor. Turn 1. My opponent actually really outled me here, I think. Which is bad. Could Hydro Vortex Scizor. Oh, this is me assuming I'm faster, though. This might be a mistake. Scizor might be faster than Ludia. In fact, it probably is. So it could be Mega Scizor. Yeah, I don't like my play turn 1. I should have committed to one thing or the other. I was thinking fake out Zen Headbutt Zapdos, because then you Bug Bite probably to knock out Ludi, and I get a free switch in into Landorus. And it is actually Mega Scizor, so I don't expect to even knock it out here. Oh, I wish I could redo this game. Zapdos actually would have been really good. I just didn't think my opponent would lead the Scizor. Alright, so no switch outs, no protects, no fake out coming out for me. Zapdos Tailwinds. That Zen Headbutt does the time. If I flinched, I would have been in a really nice spot, but no flinch. But I am faster with Ludi. Okay. I don't think this knocks out Scizor, though. Like, there's no rain. My other play that I was really contemplating was switching Ludi out into... Or, sorry, switching Metagross into Polydor to get the rain up. But then, like, there's a lot that could go wrong there, too. Alright, let's see. If we knock out Scizor, then we're in a good spot still. But I don't expect this to knock out. Yeah, I didn't think so. And there's a Bug Bite. Whew. Could have doubled up into Scizor with Vortex too, but okay, that makes this a lot more interesting now because I'm definitely gonna bring in Landorus. But the question is, do I expect Zapdos to be HP Ice? It's not. Doesn't look like Berry. I honestly expect it to be Gigavolt Havoc. Yeah, that was a tough lead matchup. Although I guess it's not in Berry range, right? Do I think you have HP Ice? My opponent's team does honestly seem really weak to Landorus. I think I'm gonna pull the switch out here, expecting it, because otherwise you gotta be worried about a Rock Slide. But Zapdos looks pretty offensive too. I'm gonna Zen Headbutt. And because it looks more offensive, A Scizor switches out. Okay, that's fine. Into Landorus. Okay. I'm okay with that. Yeah. My Landorus is still really good here. I'm just worried about eating a Gigavolt Havoc right now into one of these two guys. So show me the HP ice. Let's see. Oh, my opponent's a god. Yeah, I easily could have protected Metagross, obviously, and just rock slided. Oh, but I really thought it would have HP ice, because my opponent's team looked pretty weak to Landorus, and two, I thought we'd just go for it. But nice read. So I was already behind. I needed to call that turn correctly, and unfortunately I didn't. I thought about protecting Metagross as well. Does that knock me out? Oh, I actually survive. Wow. And I hit that headbutt. Okay, so that actually really helps me out a lot. So this game is still really far from over because of that. I think if I get knocked out there, I'd probably just lose. But now I have the luxury of switching Metagross out into Landorus. And I got my Politoed out. So I'm curious if Tyranitar... Oh, it's at Bulu. That's the last one. Okay. Oh, that's not a fun Pokemon to see. Especially because if my opponent calls this correctly... Like, the Politoed Protect and switching out into Landorus is so obvious. Because I'm thinking of just scalding Landorus. Because if I'm my opponent, I'd probably... What do you do? You Rock Slide? You actually could Earthquake as well, but I'd probably Rock Slide, Horn Leech, Metagross. So I could make a crazy hard read and protect Metagross and Scald Landorus. I don't like what I'm going for this, but I'm running out of time. This is a crazy hard read, though. Like, it needs Bulu to target Metagross, which is... Like, my opponent could have just played safe here. Alright. Do you double up into Metagross? Yeah, so, obviously, if I just protect Poly and switch into Landorus, things would be good there for me. But I expected my opponent to commit to kind of a hard read, and obviously it didn't pay off. But I don't regret making that play. I mean, if I protect Poly and switch out into Landorus, I do lose my Choice Band. My opponent's still in a pretty decent spot, I think, yeah. I can still win this, I guess, because I don't think Woodhammer knocks me out if I get a double protect off with Metagross now. But I think my opponent just outplayed me this game, to be quite honest. The lead was really good. And that was really the main thing. The lead completely screwed me over. I'm going to Rock Slide. I'm just going to go for the double. Because if I get it, then... Well, it also depends. I do get it, but does Landorus call it and just go for a Rock Slide or a knockoff? Oh my... That's what is hidden power? Props. Yeah, with hidden power they made, I don't think I had any out, right? Because, yeah, I would protect the Poly. Like, I expected the only way to win this is if my opponent couldn't knock out Landorus, and the hidden power really did me over. Very nicely played by my opponent. Full credits. I think, like I mentioned, you know, this is one of the games where you could really lead anything, a combination of anything. And interestingly enough, my opponent didn't bring Tyranitar or Feeny, which are both pretty good Pokemon against Rain. And this actually is Special Landorus with knockoff. Special Landorus is actually quite good against my team. So this is a game where I could have just led full-on hard Rain. But I guess Zapdos Scizor still makes sense, because that's basically saying, okay, if you make the right call with who protects turn one, that's like if Zapdos did a protect and I Vortex into it. And even if not, like you would trade Zapdos for Ludicolo, which I would think is a decent trade for my opponent, because my opponent doesn't have Bulu. So, yeah, overall, I think my opponent just led really nicely with the Scizor and the Zapdos. And if I led, like, my own Zapdos and Lele, maybe that actually would have been really good. And it was kind of funny because I was talking about that in Team Preview. But, yeah, I mean, there were, like, so many reasons why I didn't want to lead Zapdos Lele. Trying to think what the main ones were. I guess Tyranitar was kind of scary, Feeny was kind of scary, but neither of them actually made an appearance. So yeah, this is where in a best of 3 I'd actually consider adjusting to Zapdos and Lele for game 2. But very nicely played on my opponent's end. And the Mega Scizor really did put in work. You know, I got the knockout on Ludi, and not too many things can actually one-shot Ludi. Sure, it's not like the most bulky Pokemon, but not too many things also hit it for super effective, right? You've got Flying and Bug, which are the main ones, and there aren't too many great Flying or Bug type users around. But this next game, we're going up against the Drifblim Lele team, so Drift Lele Metagross, archetype I was pretty comfortable with in 2017, but then surrounded by Landorus, Snorlax, and Blacephalon, which I have not seen in really forever. So my first question is how fast the Drifblim is, because Ludi could just be faster. How fast are you? I don't know. I don't know. Otherwise, I could just lead Lele Zapdos. Actually, that just seems better, objectively. Especially because I have Shadow Ball. Lele Zapdos. What do I want in the back? Rain could make sense because my opponent doesn't have any water resists. I kind of like that. If I get Rain up with Tailwind, Ludi really blows through everything. But both Metagross and Landorus are quite good in this matchup too. I don't like bringing Metagross too much in against Drifblim, Landorus, and Blacephalon. My own Landorus honestly would make a lot of sense, but with Rain I also have a harder answer against Snorlax. So we'll see. This is a QR code team, so I'm curious if this is like a popular one or just something my opponent's trying out. Yeah, normally with these things, like Drift Lele is the lead that makes the most sense, but because I've got Scarf Lele, I can outspeed Blacephalon, just Psychic it. I can Tailwind. And I can also switch out into my... I brought Landorus. No, I didn't bring Landorus. Never mind. I was going to say I could switch out into Landorus to block and Intimidate from... We're not blocking Intimidate, just to get an Intimidate off against my opponent's Landorus. I expect to see Drift Lele as a lead, but I guess we'll find out here. And if I get the Tailwind up, like I mentioned, and match my opponent's Tailwind, then Ludi should be able to outspeed most things. And Drift... Yeah, the other question is whether Drifblim has Sunny Day or not, because I know I actually teched it in, and it is Drift Lele coming out from my opponent, yeah. So we meet again, old friend. And my Psychic Terrain goes off first, okay. So our Seeds are going to activate. Obviously Drifblim is faster, and it does have Unburden, so it's going to be super speedy, but that's fine. I think I just want a Tailwind turn 1. Our game is lagging. Oh no, don't beat my internet. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna Shadow Ball Lele turn 1 and Tailwind. Is it worth Shadow Balling? Maybe Moonblasting is better to get the special attack drop. Although I guess that wouldn't really matter too much. I'm gonna Shadow Ball. Because the thing about Drifblim is if you attack around it, it really doesn't do too much. And I'm just gonna set up a Tailwind of my own. Yeah, I mean, like, Drifblim here either goes for a Tailwind or it goes for a Shadow Ball into my Lele. Either are fine. Or a Hypnosis if my opponent has that and wants to go for it immediately turn 1. That is quite risky, though. So my Zapdos here is in a pretty good spot. Shadow Ball does over 50% to my opponent's Lele. And Drifblim actually helps the Shadow Ball, yeah. Okay. It's fine. Into Zapdos, interestingly enough. It does get the special defense drop. If this is Psychic Z Lele, maybe that knocks me out after the special defense drop. Oh, it just taunts. Okay. That's a good taunt, for sure. So I can't Tailwind now, but that's still okay. You'd imagine Lele's going to want to protect you and Drifblim is going to want to Tailwind. So I'm going to double up into Drifblim with the Shadow Ball and a Thunderbolt. It'll be an impressive read if Lele doesn't protect here. Or, yeah, like a good read by my opponent. Huh, the Shadow Ball was interesting. I feel like Tailwinding would be a little bit better because you'd outspeed my Lele next turn, but oh well. So we'll see if Lele protects this turn. If it's Taunt, then it could either be Life Orb or Psyche MZ. I was worried about the special defense. I mean, losing the boost is still kind of annoying because the boost means your survivability. And Lele doesn't protect. Wow, nice play. Okay, that's going to be ugly. Now I got to stall out Tailwind, although I do have Rain in the back. Yeah, Shadow Ball T-Bolt should knock out. And it is Psychic Z. So let's see if this knocks me out, because if it does, then I might be in a really bad spot. Yeah, I really expected Lele to protect, especially because my opponent saw it was faster, but nice read. Yeah, I committed too hard to that. Because if my opponent just protects there and Tailwinds, you're in a really good spot, and it's a pretty safe play to make too. And it actually does get the knockout after the special defense drop. That sucks. Yeah, that's really bad for me. Okay. Okay. I think I'll bring in Politoed here, yeah. It's still not over. I could still definitely win, but I didn't get to set out my Tailwind, and I didn't get the special. I got the special defense drop, so it wasn't too great for me. But I can't really complain. You'd imagine that right now you're going to want to double up into my Tapu Lele. So if my opponent's Drifblim doesn't have Sunny Day, it could still be in a good spot. You have to double up onto Lele right now. So I'm going to attack around the Drifblim, because that's not really doing much damage to me. I'm just going to Scald Lele. That was a really good read by my opponent last turn, though, because I obviously could have just Shadow Balled Lele and Thunderbolted. I would have knocked out Lele, not lost my Zapdos, and Drifblim would have taken around the same amount of damage that it currently has. And instead, my opponent knocks out Zapdos, and Lele hangs around. So both of those are pretty bad. I just wish I didn't get the special defense drop that first turn, but can't really complain too much about that. Alright, so let's see. I'd probably lose if trading Lele for my opponent's Lele could be okay. Especially depending on what's in the back. Tailwind is up, but I do have Rain. I suppose most things my opponent could have in the back, though, are all pretty bad against me. Alright, so Drifblim just Shadow Balls. Yeah, Moonblast will definitely knock me out. Or a Psychic. Oh, but it targets Politoed. So I do get a double knockout here, which makes things a little bit more interesting. Because now I potentially have the Perish Song endgame. I also still have Rain for a couple of turns. So I can stall out Tailwind. Because this is the last turn, I believe, right? Oh, no, it isn't. I got one more turn to stall out. Alright, what's coming in now? Unfortunately, the Psychic didn't proc my Berry. I really wish it did. Because if it did, then I'd feel pretty comfortable just Perish Songing. It is Landorus coming in, okay? And Metagross? I see. So, can't Z-move. The Metagross is going to be... Let's see. Yeah, the fact that there are 2 turns of Tailwind makes it a lot trickier, I think. Because I can't Fake Out either. What do you do here? So the question is whether I want to make a ballsy call and switch Lele out into Ludicolo. That could be decent. Because otherwise, you would just knock my Lele out, I bring in Ludi, and then you would just knock Politoed out with the Zen Headbutt. Actually, I ran out of time. I don't even know if I got the Protect off. Yeah. I really don't know what my play there was. Maybe I needed to hope for a double Protect with Politoed. Oh, I could have swapped Politoed out into Ludicolo. That might have been the play. Huh? Oh, for Earthquake. Ah, I didn't even get the Protect off with Politoed. Ugh. Alright, unless... Is this Band? Scarf? Does that proc my Berry? No, it just knocks me out. No! If I got the Protect off... Oh well, that's my fault. I timed out. Yeah, the play I was thinking was protecting Poly and switching to Ludi. That actually would have worked out really nicely for me. But, oh well. I could still win if my opponent misses Zen Headbutt, I suppose. Yeah, that's my only way out. Because if you miss Zen Headbutt, then I would knock you out with Hydro Vortex, and the Ice Beam just knocks out Landorus. So, I need to hope for a Zen Headbutt miss right now. Oh well, yeah, like, if I got the Protect off, you knock out Lele, I bring out my Ludicolo. I think I'm still playing for a miss. A Zen Headbutt miss. Because I could fake out Landorus, but then the Metagross would get a Zen Headbutt off. Yeah. So I don't think I could have done too much. The special defense drop was unfortunate. That was pretty much the biggest thing. And then the taunt from Lele, I guess I should have expected that as well. Because I could have just Thunderbolted turn 1. And if I did, I would have gotten a lot of mileage. So, alright. Zen Headbutt misses. I think we can still win. But if not, it's over. That could be Scarf Landorus too. My opponent might have just locked himself in an Earthquake. So if it crits, Metagross. This! No. Okay. Rip. Should knock me out. Yeah. GG. GG. Those are some tough games. Definitely well played by both of my opponents. This one was a little bit more frustrating. Because I think it would have been pretty drastically different without the special defense drop. But once again, I really can't complain about that. I think I probably could have played better. Trying to think what really went wrong. Maybe I should have just let Rain. Because Ludi could be faster than Drifblim. I just wasn't sure whether I had Sunny Day or not. But I guess if I were to redo that again, I would just lead Rain and try to nuke it immediately. Actually, sorry. I was talking about the special defense drop, but the biggest play really was that my opponent didn't protect the Lele the turn that I went for the Psychic Z. Because if I get that Shadow Ball knockout and I don't lose Zapdos, like having Zapdos is such a huge member around on the team. It also makes... I really need it in order to stall out Tailwind. So, yeah, those are some tough games, but I think my opponent played very well. We're going to go up against Rich for our third game, so let's not try to go on another losing streak and actually get a win today. Charizard, Snorlax, Zapdos, Landorus, Amoonguss, and Mimikyu. That's a pretty scary team. I like leading Lele. I might go Lele Metagross here. I'm not the biggest fan of Rain because of the Charizard threat. Lele, Metagross, Landorus, and... Poly is still good for Parasonging, yeah. This matchup is really scary, though. Obviously, there's Mimikyu, Snorlax. The Charizard is what really concerns me. Yeah, I guess the real question is, what does my opponent lead with here? Mimikyu is always obviously scary as well. Especially because you just never know what item it has. Like, Sash Mimikyu is a way to set up Trick Room. But you never know whether it's like Sash, Mentor, Ghost Z. I mean, Ghost Z is the most common. We see Mimikyu and Amoonguss. Okay. Well, this is, you know, a way to set up Trick Room as hard as possible. Because I can't really deny it. Could just Psychic Amoonguss and Zen Headbutt Mimikyu. Because Mimikyu could protect here as Amoonguss tries to Spore. But Amoonguss could protect as well. So I'm gonna double up into Mimikyu. And if the Amoonguss actually spores while Mimikyu protects, my opponent's a god. Let's see. Amoonguss could also protect as Mimikyu tries to Trick Room. That would be ideal. Yeah, it doesn't protect. But no Rage Powder, which is interesting. Because that means if it's not Sash Mimikyu, the Mimikyu's going down. Maybe I didn't mind Trick Room going up here. Oh man, it's probably Sash Mimikyu, isn't it? Oh, it's not. Okay. So that's good. I get Spored, but I'll take that trade. Yeah, that's fine. Into Metagross. Okay. Yeah, it's okay with me. Although, honestly, maybe I would have preferred Amoonguss to go down and Trick Room to go up. But, once again, if I could get another quick knockout, Politoed can come in and Parasong. There's Charizard, so that's not too surprising to see. Psychicking Amoonguss is safer. But if I Psychic and knocked out Amoonguss, then I could just Parasong with Politoed. Should know I'm Scarfed. I want a Psychic Charizard here really badly, honestly. Does that really accomplish much? How? I mean, I definitely want to sack Metagross. I think I'll play it safe here and Psychic. It's very likely it protects. And I think I just sack my Metagross. Amoonguss should protect. Yeah, I should have Psychicked it. But I don't know, but it was like I'm saying it should, but if it doesn't, and I knocked it out, then that's game over, which is why I'm going for the play. I'm also curious what fire type attack Charizard's using, whether it's just a Heat Wave or like a Flamethrower. Okay, it doesn't protect. But it's Payapa Berry. That explains some. Ah. Alright, well, Metagross takes a turn to sleep. That Payapa Berry does make things really ugly. It's actually Overheat Charizard. Okay, that is good to know. Because, yeah, I considered switching Metagross obviously out into Landorus, but then I would have lost Landorus, which would have been really bad for me. So this works out a little bit better, actually. Because now I get a free switch it into Landorus. Oh, and Amoonguss Sludge Bombs actually doesn't even go for a Spore. Nice. Alright, that's perfect. And now you don't get poisoned, which is great. Yeah, it's just a free opportunity for Landorus to come in now, because Charizard already went for it, or its nuke. So, what could be in the back? I'm thinking Snorlax, personally. Could be Landorus as well. Who would you switch out right now, if my opponent? I would switch out Charizard and protect Amoonguss. If I expect that, then I can lock myself into knockoff. Rock Sliding is probably just more optimal, honestly, though. Do I expect the Amoonguss to protect here? Because if I got Spore, that would be really bad. So I think I need to play it safe onto the Amoonguss slot. I think I will go for the knockoff, though, into the Charizard slot. Okay, it stays in and protects. That's fine, too. Yeah, no double protect, so I'll just knock out Amoonguss. Which means now I can get rid of Rain, which shuts down Charizard completely in terms of firepower. The only thing I have to watch out for is like a Tailwind from Charizard, but yeah, that works out great. So that's, yeah, I really did come close to doubling onto Charizard with the Psychic knockoff, because yeah, there's the Snorlax, so I was really confident Snorlax was in the back. So that could have been scary, but now what I'm going to do is just switch out into Politoed and go for a knockoff onto... Actually, I don't even need to switch out, I think. Yeah, Psychic shouldn't proc its Berry. I'm just going to double up into Lax. Maybe that was kind of risky, because I could crit. Or maybe I actually do proc the Berry. No. Nice. Overheat comes out, targeting Landorus. Alright, no crit. That still did an insane amount of damage, though, jeez. Knockoff. Actually, almost knocks out Snorlax. I get doubled up in 2, but now I just bring in Politoed. Yeah. That was scary, though. Maybe I should have just switched out into Toad. I just thought the one way I could lose if this allowed Snorlax to somehow get a free belly drum off. So I could have switched Landorus out into Toad and Psychic the Snorlax, but I just didn't want to deal with belly drum. But I suppose that wasn't the most optimal play that I made last turn, because it did give my opponent a crit chance there with Overheat. Because if I get crit, I probably don't lose because I still bring in Poly. It depends if Snorlax had Protect or not, because if it doesn't, then I would win anyway. But now Charizard's at -4, yeah, so I'm just going to Psychic it and Scald with Charizard. So yeah, Payapa, Amoonguss, that was definitely interesting. Fortunately enough, Mimikyu didn't have Protect, so I was at least able to knock that out, and Trick Room wasn't able to go up. Because if Trick Room went up against my team, that'd be pretty ugly. Charizard protects, but that's fine. But yeah, honestly, I feel like, yeah, my opponents played really well today. All 3 of my opponents. Those first 2 games were definitely really nicely done. I think I got outled, honestly, in both of them. I mean, I expected Drift Lele, I guess, in the second game, but I got outplayed with the Shadow Ball turn 1 and the Taunt. And then the big one where the Lele didn't protect when I really expected it to. So that was a really nice play on my opponent's end. But now I can just Psychic and Scald. Yeah, this is definitely one of the games that like highlights Scarf Lele, just being able to put on so much pressure, and Psychic just outspeeding everything and doing so much damage. And Psychic probably does around like 50%. It should be over, actually. Yeah, around 60. And interesting to know that Charizard actually did have Heat Wave, so it could have gone for a Heat Wave instead of overheating the Metagross slot. But the overheat made sense because I think my opponent was probably expecting me to switch out the Metagross, which is a very fair prediction and read. Because if you nuke the Landorus, then you're up like so much. But I figured, you know what, Metagross hasn't taken any turns of sleep, so I actually need it to kind of get out the way, which is why I was willing to sacrifice it. And I was really happy to see Overheat come out instead of something like Heat Wave. So yeah, we do at least manage to end the episode on a good note with a win. But I can't be too sad about those earlier games. I feel like my opponents played well, and anytime you lose to well-played opponents, like there's just so much to take away from and learn from. And overall, I feel like yeah, like the matchups weren't as good as they were in like the previous episode, and then as a result, like I mean, I have to make some better plays, and my opponents made the better plays overall. So yeah, that was definitely a really fun one. We do end up losing 2 and winning 1, but I feel like there was a lot to take away from it in general, and hopefully you guys learned a couple things, because I definitely did. Mega Scizor too, that was definitely really cool to see. It's my first time fighting against it in VGC 18. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. By the time this video goes up, it should be Friday night, so Dallas Regionals is actually going to be this weekend. I'm not going to be there, but it is going to be streamed, so I don't know the exact link where they're streaming it this weekend. I think it's criticalhit.gg, but you guys should check my Twitter to keep up with the news, because I'll definitely retweet all the streams and everything. So there are a ton of good people going to that. If you want to watch one of the first, or the first major regional tournament, especially from the US, definitely check out the stream over the weekend. But yeah, I'll have 2 more episodes with this rain team, and then I'll post the team analysis when I'm back from my weekend trip. I've also got a bunch of stuff upcoming in terms of content for the next week. Let's not road ranked, but like I mentioned, really just first trying to get back into the swing of things of doing daily videos. So yeah, thank you guys as always for watching. If you enjoyed, please share support by leaving a like, and I'll catch you guys next time. All right, peace.